Well, in your book, you go into graphic detail about his physical attributes.
Or lack of.
You described his penis as smaller than average, but not freakishly small.
Right.
But you also said that he has a very unusual penis, like a huge mushroom head,
Yes.
like a toadstool. And you said in the book, I lay there annoyed that I was getting fucked by a guy with Yeti pubes and a dick like the mushroom character in Mario Kart.
Yeah, I ruined Mario. Do you know how much hate mail I got from Super Mario fans?
I bet.
So much. I single-handedly ruined mushroom farmers and Mario Kart fans in one sentence. They were so angry. And I'll tell you that, like, that's one of the things that people sometimes give me shit about is, why did you body shame him? Why did you do that? And that's not something I would normally do. You know what I mean? I only did it because he called me a liar. Hey, Mr. Trump, all you have to do to prove I'm lying right now, drop your pants. Prove that I'm lying. Prove I didn't see your dick. He hasn't done it, has he?
I don't think he will either. I mean, to be fair. Okay, you said it may have been the least impressive sex I've ever had, but clearly he didn't share that opinion.
Correct.
So he got off, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Condoms?
No.
And he, as someone who's doing porn and understands fully the implication of STDs.
I told you, I blacked out and he was already in there.
And plus you're talking about you were using condoms when you're actually shooting. So you of all people are way more educated than anyone else when it comes to the dangers of that.
Exactly.
And you still, I guess you didn't know. And then.
Yeah, it was already almost over by the time I kind of was like, oh my God, this is really, oh God, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I didn't even have a condom on me. That's the other thing is if I was an escort or I was going up to expect that, I remember what purse I had. It was a little gold bag that matched my heels that had a chain and it did not have a condom in it. Like I don't even go to dinner or like out without a condom on me now, just in case, but that's not what I was there for.
Yeah. Okay. And then did you
especially because I am allergic to latex. So I always bring my own condoms because if I were to meet somebody and we were to hit it off and we want to go, chances are he wouldn't even have the right condom for me. So I always brought my own and I didn't have any with me. It was not even in my realm of possibilities. And I fully admit that was me being fucking naive and stupid. I admit it.
Well, did you meet up with him again?
Yes.
Okay. And was this the time when you got a phone call from Hillary Clinton?
It was not the very next time. I think
so. How many times did you guys meet up total?
4.
4 times.
4.
Over the course of how long?
10-ish months.
Okay,
less than a year. Less than a year.
Okay, within the same year.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess between those meetings, he's still stringing you along about the whole apprentice thing?
Yes. So, I was traumatized. Obviously, I mean, not as much as Mario fans, but you get the idea. But first of all, I didn't remember part of it. And I didn't even realize that I didn't remember it, But I didn't say no. I didn't realize that I had been, and I still don't feel like a victim. That's just giving the person power. Like, I just didn't really feel like it was whatever. I just was like, I did this and it's not going to be for nothing. I'm going to follow through. He kept dangling. Like, I never called him. He always called me. I was like, I'm just going to make sure that I'm never alone. And I wasn't. I was never alone with him again. Not once. I always had somebody with me or right outside the door. And then one time I went to the Beverly Hills Hotel. My publicist, who at this point we had started dating, I was not dating anybody when I went to Tahoe, was right outside the door. And I also told him I made a big show about pretending to be on my period and having cramps, which I didn't. But anyway, I took precautions, but I was not going to let that opportunity go, because then it would have really been for nothing. But yeah, he did call frequently, which is why it's so frustrating for me when people are say, oh, I just came out, I just made this whole thing up. There was a solid almost a year where he called at least twice a week. And he had this uncanny knack of calling me whenever I was in the makeup chair on set. And I can tell you right now, at least 100 people overheard those phone calls because I put him on speakerphone. And he would talk about how he enjoyed our time together and like the sex was so good. And he called me honey bunch and all. And I would have him on speakerphone. He might have even heard you were there, right? He was there for some of those phone calls. This is, he's been with Wicked for longer than I have. And the makeup artist and other talent. Did he call one time when I was on a mainstream set? Seth Rogen went on the Ellen show and was like, yeah, she's telling the truth. I didn't just randomly make this up when he decided to run for president. Like this was an ongoing thing. And then finally, I was in his office in New York with my assistant. She was standing there with me. There's so many people who can validate this entire fucking story. I'm not a liar. And I've also fucked a lot of hot celebrities. If I was going to sell a story, it would have been one that made me look way better. And no, I'm not going to give you any names. But, and then finally he had to call me and admit that the secretary, and I think her name, I forgot the name, but someone's wife at NBC had a problem and vetoed his unvetoable, is that a word? It is now, wild card. And by then I was very serious with the person I was dating. We had gotten engaged and I just stopped answering his phone calls. It was not amusing anymore and had no purpose. And I was very much in love. And then after a few weeks, he just gave up.